What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of Draft to Glory. In the last episode we did the, a themed draft actually, a top comment themed draft. The one before that we did the Calcio A draft. And today we're going to be doing the League One only draft. So we are going to be taking, and the reason why I'm going to go for 4-3-2-1 is because Neymar, Mbappe, Cavani is what we'll be looking for. But today, guys, we are going to be doing the League One only draft. So every League One player we get, we have to take. Somebody suggested in a previous video that if an icon has been in the league, you can also take and use those. And so in the terms of Ronaldinho, of course, he has played for Paris Saint-Germain, so we could effectively take and use him, and why not take and use him? There's no other League One players here anyway. Of course, guys, if you could drop a thumbs up on the video, it would be very much appreciated. We're going to be doing theme drafts and league drafts throughout Gamescom. Once Gamescom is done, the drafts potentially can return back to normal. Me just trying to build high-rated drafts or just trying to get wins and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. But I do appreciate you guys massively for being on the channel, and of course, if you guys want to recommend a theme for a draft, put it in the comment section below. The top comments will get picked for the draft. So again, no French League player here. Maybe we go with Aubameyang because he's got a crazy good card. I mean, maybe we go with Kane, maybe we go with Costa. Costa with a hunter. I'm going to take Aubameyang, man. We're going to go with him. We'll throw him on the bench if and when we get the League One players. Obviously, Mbappe here would be ideal. Di Maria is going to be the one that we have to and will take. This Di Maria card is actually pretty good. Other than the 2-star weak foot, he's got nice dribbling. Shooting's alright, but with the finisher chem star, boost on physical and shooting is pretty good, and his pace is alright as well. So as a winger, he might be half decent. Obviously, having Ronaldinho in the squad makes a big difference to chemistry if we don't need to replace him. And this, again, I did this last year. Funnily enough, let's pick some players. I did this last year. I took French League only and Bundesliga only themed drafts as a way to show people that kept not badgering me, that's not the right word, but people kept saying, oh man, it's so boring when you just take Ronaldo and when you just take Messi and when you just take Premier League players. But the reason why you kind of are forged into that in draft is because we're 5 picks in now and we have seen one French League player. It's so difficult to put together a coherent draft that you can actually use when you don't even get any players from the league that you're playing with. I'm going to take Ben Yat because strong links, pretty much. Our midfield is terrible. We've now got 1 from 6 French League players. Make that 1 from 7. We'll take Felipe Luis, however, a team of the season card. And this, again, guys, it was used last year as a point to prove. But let's use it this year as a way to say and show EA, we're not happy with this. I am now 3, 6, 7, 8 picks in, and I've seen 1 French League player. Do you know how many French League cool players we could have had by now? Let me go into FUTBin real quick and get ourselves some players. Let me go to the French League. Top 5 French League. So in terms of attackers, we so far could have seen Neymar, Cavani, Fekir, Mbappe, Falcao, Memphis Depay, Toko Akambi, Mariano, Malcolm could have shown up. Obviously, again, Angel Di Maria, etc., etc. So those are like some sick attackers that we could have seen. In terms of the midfielders, we could have seen Mbappe, Verratti, Fekir, Gustavo, Fabiano, the CDM, obviously Lamar, Rabiot, Aouar, Verratti, Lopez. Again, like Tovan could have been in there, Draxler, Payet, Pastore. There are so many players that we could have had. And then for defenders, obviously we could have Thiago Silva, Glick, Dani Alves, Kimpembe, Debuchy, Adelrami, Thiago Silva. I think I already said him. But they're just, I mean, we're probably going to get one now because I've just made a point of it. We get Marquinhos, who is another one that could have shown. But again, with the draft, and I know this is kind of me like going a bit off the beaten track here, but again with the draft, it's kind of like, I understand the point of the draft is to draft the best team possible and to try and win the draft. But this is why you're so forced into certain picks, because even now, if this was the best version of Marquinhos, I would take him in a heartbeat. And I'm going to take him because it's part of the theme draft, right? But most people here would take this Bonucci card because he's just so good. So give me start giving people in the drafts a good part of players to go from. Like, you know what I mean? Wow, this guy's extinct. Yeah, but start giving people actual fun players to use and to play with, because this is dead. We're going to go with Courtier. I mean, I am going for a French League draft and I have 6 La Liga players. That's the kind of situation that we're dealing with here. And then in goal, I'm going for my 7th La Liga player because we don't have, again, a player that works. So in our French League first 11, we've got 2 PSG players, 7 La Liga players, an icon, and a Premier League player. Brilliant. Oh man, still nothing here. I'll go with Oblak though. I mean, this is almost like, this is the French League theme. Yes, Roussillon. There we go. Let's put him in there instead of well, he actually fits in there better, but let's pop him in there. Swap those two around. Swap those two around, and let's swap those two around. Oh no, that doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Who cares? Who cares? We get another French League player in, so we're now up to 3. If we could get a centre mid from the French League, it would be pretty cool. No, we'll go with Baisi. And then the next pick, I mean, these picks in general are actually pretty woeful, aren't they? I suppose Dybala's not a bad shout. Gets a link to Di Maria, gets a link to the right centre back. Eden Hazard wouldn't be a bad shout just for a sub either. We'll take Dybala. I don't think he gives us a chem boost yet, but if we do get the right couple of players to put in there, we might get a chem boost on him. Right, there we go. Lamar, happy days. Genuinely delighted with that. Left back, centre back, left mid. If we can get something to do with getting Di Maria over on that other place, that'd be happy. We're now up to 4 French League players. We're actually making a go of this here. Never mind. Let's take Lozano as a super sub. Can't fit him in yet. Of course, we're going to have to start Di Maria anyway. Can we get another one? We can't. Carvajal is a good option for chemistry. Only boosts on Felipe Luis, however. Coutinho doesn't really make any difference. Carvajal has a shadow card as well. I'm going to take him. We only get a small defensive boost or a small chemistry boost from putting him in instead of Felipe Luis. But we'll take it. There we go. That's more like it. Give me that Neymar card. Let's pop him up in there instead of a Ronaldinho. And then let's put Ronaldinho up front. We've got up to 88 chemistry. And we now have 3, 4, 5 actual French League players and an icon from the French League in history of the French League. I am now going to take Godin. We're going to pop Godin in at centre-back. We're going to play Oblak instead of the goalkeeper that we currently have. And I'm going to throw Felipe Luis back in there. Am I going to do that? I am. I'm not. I am. I'm not. I don't know. We'll wait. We'll wait and see. We've got 3 picks to go here, guys. Let's see what we can get out of this. Frank Ribéry is the one we will take. Doesn't really fit into the team in any way, shape or form. Again, no French League players. So one more pick here. What's really crazy... Ooh, it's a nice set of players right there. I'm going to take this Bale card, I think. I'm going to take De Bruyne. It's too good. What's really crazy is... Of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Let's even count Ronaldinho. Of the 6 French League players we've got, 4 of them are from PSG. It's hard, guys. Honestly, it's hard. I don't expect to do anything with this draft, right? Because our midfield is pretty weak with Benyat and Illaramendi. Our backline is pretty slow. Marquinhos with no pace boost and Godin with no pace boost anyway is pretty slow. We've got an alright attack. Di Maria, Neymar and Ronaldinho is actually pretty nice. We've got some good subs that we can bring on from the half-time mark. De Bruyne into that midfield spot. Aubameyang potentially up front. Maybe drop Di Maria back into that midfield spot and bring Frank Ribéry on as well. Maybe even bring on Felipe Luis for one of the defenders if we need to. Let's get ourselves a manager and see what we can boost this up to. 89, 88, 88, 89 and 89, so it doesn't really matter there. So we get 89 chemistry on this French League squad, guys. We just about have more than a 50% rate of players in the French League squad from the French League, which is pretty nice. Let's go and see what we can do. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay, guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 3-4-2-1 team, 91 rated, 98 chemistry with some big players. Thiago Silva and Mbappe in there, the 99 Eden Hazard, Jan Vertonghen and the inform as Piliqueta, big cards. The team of the group stage or whatever it is, Firmino with that chem star, pretty damn good. Martial out there as well. And we join this game at 0-0, 20 minutes in. I win a header from my opponent's goal kick. We get the ball into Lamar, who kind of starts off a move, plays it to Illaramendi. Illaramendi back into Lamar. Lamar bursts into the box and then slots that one past Edison to make it 1-0. Now, there was lots of goals in all of the games today, so we are going to cut some of the worst goals out and then some of the irrelevant goals out. We end up making it 2-0 here. Ronaldinho and Neymar linking up well. Benyat gets the ball into Illaramendi, who plays it to Di Maria, and that is just a beautiful, well-worked goal. Good passing, good movement. We eventually get it to Di Maria on his left foot, who shoots and scores. We rejoin this game at 3-1. Ronaldinho here lays it into Lamar. Lamar finds a space down the right-hand side to Di Maria. Back into Lamar. Evades one tackle. Evades a second. Squares it to Neymar, who pops that one home to make it 4-1. And this game actually ended 6-3. My opponent pulled a goal back, I pulled a goal away. He pulled a goal back, I pulled a goal away, and ultimately we ended at 6-3. So pretty poor goals. I did try and save the best goals as well. Like a few of them were just tap-ins, or if it's a driven goal kick or a kick-off that I use that I cross in. Basically just pretty poor goals. I won't show them. We come up against a 3-5-2 in the second round. Sorry, a 3-4-1-2. Great players in that squad. 92 rated with some absolute fantastic cards in there. Even though he's got low chem, as we've shown recently, when you've got like incredible players, even if they're on 4, 5, 6 plus chem each, they're still going to cause problems. And to get the first goal in this game was a really well-worked passing move. We get a little lucky here to get the ball back. Benyat working well to get it back. He gets it to Illaramendi on the top of the box, back into Benyat. Benyat waits, finds Illaramendi. Illaramendi finds Lamar. Lamar finds a little pocket of space and then drills that through the defender's auto lunge and makes it 1-0 after 10 minutes. We rejoin this game at 1-0 in 30 minutes. Ronaldinho there picks up the ball in that cam spot, even though he's my striker. Plays it into Neymar. Neymar back to Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho back to Neymar. Neymar back into the box. Kind of gets lucky to get the ball back there again, and Di Maria is on hand to slot that one home. It was actually a nice move. I should have laid it in with Neymar back to Ronaldinho's path. I was trying to shoot with Neymar. We rejoin this one at 3-0, and at 3-0 we go through here. Good ball into Aubameyang on as a half-time sub. Aubameyang into Frank Ribery, also on as a half-time sub. Ribery into De Bruyne, also on as a half-time sub. De Bruyne finds Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho finds Lamar. Lamar finds a ball roll past one, and then a finesse shot past the goalkeeper. What a beautiful strike that was for 4-0. And then we rejoin this game at 4-3, which is where this guy's paused it, 88th minute. I score with Ribery, makes it 5-3, and then of course he goes and rage quits at 5-3. So one of the biggest problems with the team that I've got so far, as we've explained already, is that my back line and my midfield is quite slow until we're able to make those subs in at half time. So I'm suffering a lot of goals due to that. I'm suffering a lot of goals due to not being able to really defend as well as I would like to be able to defend. And so the kind of aim of every game at this stage is to outscore my opponent. And that's what we did in 1, and that's what we did in 2. 6-3, 5-3. In the semi-final, we'll come up against an 87 chem 90 rated squad. Again, some fantastic players. Higuain, Messi, Ronaldinho, Festival of Marquisio and Modric. He's got the upgraded Kante, 2 team of the seasons. And then Acerbi and Florenzi, obviously not the greatest backline there. He's got a good goalkeeper in Ter Stegen, but off chem, hopefully can utilise that to our advantage, and that's exactly what we did. Neymar down the right-hand side here to Di Maria, back into Neymar, who lasers that one. I thought to myself, there's no point trying to do low drivens against Ter Stegen because he's going to save him. He's got that saves with feet trait. Let's just try and pummel it. We actually do get a nice little finesse shot around the goalkeeper there. Can't use saves with feet trait at 3-0 if you're bringing him out. So we finesse that around with Aubameyang, and we get a nice rage quit to send us through into the final. With the team that I've got, I'm delighted to have made it to the final, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think we've done really, really well to get here. In my mind at the time, I was saying to myself, hey man, if we lose this final, it's okay. We've done well. And this guy's got a good team, a 3-5-2. Sorry, another 3-4-1-2. He's got some really good players playing. Doucouré at centre-back on 7 chem. I rate that a lot. Kane and Lukaku up front. Not high on agility, but just great finishers up there. He's got Hazard in behind, Eriksen and Lamela on the wings. And then obviously the big man, David De Gea, 97 rated in goals, which is always going to be an issue. And we actually concede the first goal here. Ball comes into Hazard. Hazard to Kane, flicks that one through to Mbappe on for Lamela, and he taps that one home to make it 1-0. So pretty gutted to concede the first goal, but we got back into the game around 30 minutes in. We try a shot with Ronaldinho there. He throws it straight out to me. And at this point, he was actually on part of the bus. Just trying to see the game out almost. You know, he just was making no attempt. So when we got in the lead, it made it easy for me to just kind of hold the lead. And as you can see, he's got a red card already. He's getting very frustrated with how this game was going. We're 3-2 up in the 60th minute. We get him behind to make it 4-2 there with Neymar in the 60th minute. And then we rejoin this game 5-2 up, where he gets another red card. Play the ball into Ronaldinho. He slides through, gets his second red. We score the penalty to make it 6-2. And then I think he actually scored off a kickoff to make it 6-3. But yeah, second red card there, guys. And it felt good, I tell you what, because this was one of those games where I was like, okay, this could be a stress. Because at 1-0 down, he was parked the bus, he was all the men behind the ball, and he was just trying to hit me on counters. And you guys know that's what beats me more often than not. So I fought well, I fought hard. He made a defensive error that got me back in at 1-1. I got back in front at 2-2, and from there on, I was just in control of that game. And as you can see, he ends up rage quitting, which means we get a win with this team, which I'm delighted with. Hopefully, with special cards still being in packs at the time of recording this video, we can get some good stuff in them. Let's go and find out. All right, guys, so we end up winning the draft there. That was a case, especially in the first 2 rounds, of me just having to outscore my opponents. You know, this back line was always going to cause me problems, especially having the slow midfield of Illaramendi and Benyat. The slow back line of Marquinhos and Godin. You might think Marquinhos not super slow, but with no shadow chem style and against the kind of players we were coming up against, it was going to be problems. And yeah, in the first couple of games, we conceded a whole bunch of goals, 6-3, 5-3. We got a 3-0 rage quit in the semi-final and then another 6-3. So 9 goals conceded. But fortunately, because of how good this attack was, especially when we made the subs, it was just really easy to score goals. You know, we brought Ribéry on into the midfield for Illaramendi. We brought De Bruyne on into the midfield for Benyat. And then a couple of times I brought Aubameyang on for Di Maria. Just because of that 2-star weak foot. And we played it around like that. So this is basically what the team looked like, with the odd occasion of Di Maria actually staying in and Ronaldinho coming out. But I was just happy to win the draft with this team, if I'm being perfectly honest. We've got 87 draft wins now. We still have a 50% draft win rate, which I'm delighted with based on the 15 or so drafts that we've thrown away whilst trying to look for 194s and 195s. The 10 or so drafts that I threw away whilst out at A9's house because duos is just terrible. So there's probably been like 25 drafts thrown, and then now we're doing theme drafts and still getting wins. If we can reach 100 draft wins by the end of the year, by the end of FIFA 18, I will be ecstatic. Let's have a look what we get for our rewards. We get oh god, we get screwed is what we get, guys. I mean, we might pack something good out of these. I don't know when you're watching this, but all of the special cards are still in packs at the time of me recording this. So with that in mind, maybe we get something. But this is like one of the worst rewards, just because these rare gold packs can be atrocious. Let's hope they're not for us today. We get a board, it's just a board. Okay, so unless it's like a Gareth Bale or something along those lines. Of course, it's a Laurent Koscielny. It wouldn't be a NepentheZ video without a Laurent Koscielny in a pack. We get a Zaha, Caceres, and another there. So pretty bad there. And then our last pack, another rare gold pack. Come on, EA, just give us a team of the season. Hook it up. Don't hook it down. It's a thin pack. Brilliant. And that's why this is the worst. Now, I know Koscielny will sell for a bit. Zaha probably would have sold for a bit, even though I discarded him. Christensen is actually worth a little bit as well. But we probably made some money back off of this draft just because of Koscielny. But generally speaking, that reward is terrible. I've won the draft now, as you saw, guys, 87 times. And I've lost in the final probably about 30 times. Maybe up towards 40 times. I have once got the coin reward and never got the 100k pack reward. I would just like a little more consistency for the people that are consistently, winning in draft. I've won 87 times, and I constantly get screwed. Just don't find it to be very fair. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.